Youth today have many outlets for their gifts and talents, some of them positive and others destructive. But is there still a role for today's church in nurturing the gifts and talents of youth? Let's welcome James Collins Jr., overseer of the Children's Church at the First Church of Deliverance in Chicago, along with Sigourney Tanner, a recent college graduate and soloist with the First Church of Deliverance Adult Choir. And we welcome Joseph Davis III, an 18-year-old honor student at Warner College Prep Charter School, who is also a percussionist, pianist, and organist at First Church. Thank you all for being with us today.
Thank you.
So happy to be talking to you. Tell us what happens at First Church Deliverance and what goes on there as far as the music.
Well, I can give you the aspect from the Children's Church.
Yes.
They call me the overseer, but we have a program that is designed to nurture and cultivate everyone's talent in the Children's Church. So if we notice someone is good at speaking and oration, then that's what we zero in on. In the case of Sigourney and even Joseph, Joseph had a musical ability when it seemed like he was like 5, and he was bouncing and tapping on stuff, and his mom was very supportive. So the main sanctuary of the church snatched him up for the music department. The same with Sigourney. Her mom came to me when she was about 6, and she said, "My baby can sing." I said, "Show she can, baby.
Yeah,
Show she can."
everybody says
But
that.
she really could sing. She is phenomenal. And we nurtured her and featured her in productions and plays and musicals. Then she's gone off to college, and now she is a classically trained musician and soloist.
Wow. So you've been in the church, Sigourney, since you were how old?
Since I was 6. My family, though, originally came from First Church a long time ago. My great-great-grandmother was Fanny Gordon. So I've been there. Well, my mom and I came back when I was about 6.
And you immediately started singing when you got
Yeah,
in the
pretty
church?
much. My mom told me that she realized I could sing when I was in the back of the car with my friends singing along to the radio. She turned the radio down and was like, "Oh, my baby can sing." So she told James and some other people, and they were like,
I blew her off.
and I was scary. She did. I was a scary cat when I was little, but I guess they could tell.
It didn't take long. Wow. She was about 7 or 8, and we were pushing out there, "Girl, go on, sing."
Go sing.
I was so scared.
What about you, Joseph?
I started out when I was 3 years old, and my first portion was the drums.
Wow.
And it made me feel excited that I wanted to play the drums so really excited and professional. I wanted to make it more better and more professional to see. I perform everywhere. I perform at All City. I perform at the Symphony Center. And at 3 years old and to 9 years old, I wanted to go do something at gospel. So I wanted to choose First Church Deliverance, and it was really great.
I have a feeling that if you play drums, you play percussion. So that means you
Yes.
play piano.
And everything. I'm a musician.
all around.
Yep.
Wow. And how often do you get to circle?
I do all the time.
Yeah?
Yep.
So you're not always on drums or always on piano?
No, I'm all
You move
around. I'm all around every time.
Yeah, you're singing too?
Yeah.
You sing too?
Yes.
In the same choir as Sigourney?
Yes.
You all are part of the
Yeah.
same? Would you say your parents helped nurture your gifts? Did they push you? Do you feel that your parents really helped support you? What kind of support did they give you, especially in the secular world with the influences, musical influence and artistic influences that, can really change your path?
First
What do you
of
think
all,
your parents did to keep you
my
there?
mother gave me Jesus.
Number one. No, I love
Number
that
one,
answer.
like she really did. I started in church. We both joined the church together. I was a young girl then, but she pushed me. She's been my number one supporter since I was 6 years old. And when I was scared and like, oh, I can't do this, and I thought I couldn't sing, as well as other people did, and because my voice is different, and I thought, oh, I can't run like this, and I can't do all those tricks and all that. But I grew into it, and I developed my craft, and she has made so many sacrifices for me to go to different schools and all over the world. Actually, I've been in different places to sing, and I've had a lot of opportunities. So she's made a lot of sacrifices, and she's pushed me. And of course, my church family all day. So, yeah.
That's beautiful. What I love about singing in churches, I feel, because it's a family, they'll be honest with you. You're not scared to perform in front of them. You're welcome to make mistakes and do what you need to do so you can nurture yourself. You can actually refine your gift and not feel threatened in any way. Speaking of genres, you said genres. How do you feel about music, secular music, the different aspects of music that are coming into gospel today?
Well, the funny thing is, when I started my leadership role in the Children's Church, our church is very traditional. which I can't understand how we got to be so traditional.
Traditional meaning what?
As far as gospel music. Okay. And, you know, our pastor now, women just started wearing pants in our church within like the last 4 to 5 years. Okay. We're traditional in that aspect. So when it came to music, we were struggling with the choir when I first kind of took over leadership. And I used artists like Kirk Franklin and Mary, who made it cool for young people to be saved and living a Christian lifestyle.
But they were still controversial to some churches because they
when
were
we first started, I got a lot of flack from the older members, you know, when I had them rapping and, you know, and even Joseph, you know, that boy's too wild on them drums. And that was just a few years ago, but now things have shifted, and people love to see Joseph. And Sigourney's one of the main soloists in the church, you know, and they are, you know, the older people are getting with some of the newer styles of gospel. And it's a wonderful thing. And our church specifically, we were trailblazers in the past in gospel music when gospel wasn't accepted. So we should be leading the way now with new types of music.
That was my next question. What responsibility does the church have in making sure that the music is good music and our children are coming from a good place when they create this music?
Well, when it comes to the church and music ministry, it's the church's responsibility to make music secondary and ministry first. So if you combine the two, and I don't care if it's hippity hop or the oldest of hymn, whatever is going to reach and meet the needs of the person, the church has the responsibility to use, as Malcolm X would say, by any means necessary to minister and meet those needs.
So Sigourney, I'm going to put you on the spot. Could you please let me hear your voice? Let us all hear your voice.
Okay.
Can I ask her to do two things?
Yes, please. You direct.
Okay.
Here we go.
Give me a line of Jesus Loves Me, Yes He Does.
Okay.
And then give me a line from the opera that you did, written by Toni Morrison.
Okay.
Okay.
Yes, Jesus loves me. Oh, yes, Jesus loves me. Yes, Jesus loves me. For the Bible tells me so. Now, I just got over being sick, so we'll see how this comes out.
The Gruffies.
Come on. You know you be good.
Sleep in the meadow, sleep in the hay. Baby's gonna dream the night away. Lovely
I can't take no more. I can't take no more.
Man.
Can we rap now? I don't have nothing else to say.
Yes, you do, baby.
that.
Go ahead on with it.
Oh, my goodness. Okay. What would you both say to parents who have children who, we all have these talents somewhere deep inside, but they need to be nurtured? What would you tell parents out there who don't know what they're doing with their talented children?
Well, they should be encouraged. They should be encouraged because if their parents see their children to be talented, they should be encouraged because if they be encouraged, they can be professionals like us.
How about you, Sigourney? What do you think the most important?
I agree. I think that they should instill in them the purpose and the opportunities of being talented.
Thank you, James, Sigourney, and Joseph for sharing with us today. I'm Tamara Love for Different Drummers and Greater Chicago Broadcast Ministries. Keep the faith.